Hi. Today was such a wonderful day. A big yoo-hoo or yahoo. No, a big, I don't know, pat on the back or something. Anyway, it was just a great day for me. So, for those who don't know, I am hard of hearing. I have been for a very long time, since I was 2 years old. And I had to go take a hearing test today so that I can purchase and get some new hearing aids. This is something that I have really been looking forward to. I am so excited. But the big you did it moment today was taking the test without freaking out. I have carried, that I can now acknowledge thanks to therapy, I have carried so much shame and doubts and fears and just so much of all of those things I have carried within me for a very, very long time. And I'm so thankful to be in a place now where I can tell myself that, this is nothing to be ashamed of at all whatsoever. But it's different being a young girl in middle school with your peers curious about you and about, the things in your ears and being teased about them and just the whole nine. So I know how that shame developed. But I just never did anything about it. I just carried it with me all through grade school, into college, everything. It has played such a major role in who I am today. And it just plays a part in every aspect of my life. And I'm just coming to terms with how to dismantle the mountain of shame and doubts and fears and insecurities around my hearing loss. So today, and I knew about this appointment for a couple of weeks. So when I have to go see an audiologist to do a hearing test, they have you sit in this booth, and you have to, and it's just several different tests. It's ones with these probes all the way in your ears. You have one where they have like a probe against your temple, and then the last one is headphones, and you're hearing a series of words, beeps, and even an automated player that you have to repeat the words to. And previously, because I'm 33, so previously when I have had to go do these thorough in-depth tests, I get so anxious and just so nervous, because it does something to me when the sounds get to a place where I can no longer hear them. And it just feeds my anxiety to a point that I am like one moment from hyperventilating. I have come to tears. It's just a very, very upsetting thing for me. And I had therapy yesterday. I had to take the hearing test today. I talked to my mom about it. And I even ended up talking to my audiologist this morning before we even went into her office about, just being nervous. And so when she asked me, was I ready to go take the test or, ready to go to the booth? And I'm just like, the booth of doom and the booth that is the cause of all this anxiety or whatever. And this is my second time with her. She's the new audiologist through my insurance. So this was my second test with her. And I'm not sure what you know what? No. My last test with her, I did end up crying in the booth. I and she felt bad. And so this time when I went to go see her and I was like the booth of doom and all this, and she's like, no, do not think of it like that. And so she basically said the same thing that my mom told me and that my therapist told me. And I'm in the mind space now where I can take those words from these people in, and I can calm myself down. I thank God and I thank myself for all the work that I am continuously doing to better myself and getting a hold of the positive thoughts, because doubts and fears and anxiety, those thoughts, they're so detrimental. I mean, they just bring you down swiftly. And so doing the work, I'm able to tap into, my positive voice within so much more now. I'm so thankful for that. So I was sitting in the office before I got called, and I'm like, I can feel myself because, my feet go to tapping. I'm like rubbing my knees, rubbing my hands. I know that I'm getting nervous. And so when she called me, I'm like, oh my God, here we go. And I went back there and she's like, are you ready? I'm like, no. Like I'm just getting anxious. And she's like, don't worry about it. You're hard of hearing. Same thing I've been told by two different people previously. She's like, you're hard of hearing. It's okay. You're going to hear what you're going to hear, and you're not going to hear what you're not going to hear. If you think you hear a beep, hit the button. If you can just, if the word comes and you don't know, make it up. It's okay. And I guess maybe the third time is the charm, and I just needed to hear it one more time. But for some reason, I was like, okay, you know what? Let's just do it. So we go in the booth, and people who've experienced this know, but you go in this booth, it's soundproof, and you sit in this chair and you get ready to put on the first set of ear probes. And I actually had my phone this time, and to kind of distract myself, I had a picture of my sister that I was looking at. I was actually going to put up a video of a sunset to kind of distract myself, but I found that I really didn't need it once we got into the test, because I was like, you know what? These are your ears. You can't help this. It's out of your control. All you can do is what you can do. You got the button in your hand. Push it if you hear it. If you don't hear it, okay, it's going to be all right. I promise you. So this is my voice inside telling me this as I'm sitting here. And God, I got through the whole thing. I got through the whole thing without freaking out, without getting upset, without my heart rate racing and my blood pumping. And that used to prevent me from hearing all of the beeps and words previously, because I would be so nervous and so pent up that I feel like I could hear my blood flowing. My heartbeat is right in my ears, and it's just driving me crazy and would just mess up everything for me. But none of that happened this time. This is the very first hearing test that I have gotten through in my entire 33 years, stress free, while in the booth. That is huge for me. It's huge. And I'm so happy. It's just like, oh God, so I'm really excited about that. And I'll get into, eventually all that my hearing loss, all the roles that my hearing loss has played in my life, because I knew some of it. I was aware of some of the things, but a lot of it, I did not know tied into certain things and how I am today. So yes, until next time.